my box of wonders. I do a lot of crazy things in this garage, and a lot of it wouldn't be possible if I didn't have my tools organized, which, as you can see, this is how my toolbox is 80% of the time. I do a lot of work in this garage, and sometimes this gets crazy cluttered up, but at the end of the day, after the project's all said and done, I know what I'm missing, what size it is, what drive it is, all that socket specific, because of these rails. These rails hold all my sockets there, and I'm going to be doing a tool review. Not technically a tool, but a tool organizer review. And go ahead, take a look at how I'm keeping these organized. So as you may know, I'm a really big fan of Cobalt. And pretty much almost all of my tools are Cobalt brand. I'm not big on just, huge name companies just because they have a big name. Don't get me wrong, they put out good products such as Snap-on, Craftsman, stuff like that. But what really drew me to Cobalt was the blue color, honestly. And then I come to find out they actually have good tools. So all of these rails are held on by magnets. They are Cobalt rails. They are fairly pricey. Each rail is about 20 bucks. I spent over $130 on rails alone, and I'm sure I'm going to be getting more. And I can tell you, they have paid for themselves over and over again, making it where I know what tools are missing. I don't have to go scrambling around in a drawer full of mixed up tools and trying to figure out what's going on there. So this makes life a really big fan of about these rails. Is on the bottom, there's this coating right here that kind of makes it so that if you have to stick it to a panel, like a quarter panel on a car or something like that, it doesn't scratch the paint. It's actually really nice. And it's not too thick, so the magnets will still work with it. I am a huge fan of that. On top of that, if you can see, I have quite a number of these little holders right here. But when I first got this, it didn't come with that many. And this is where the next part comes in. While I was shopping, I picked up one of these, which this actually has every little attachment that I would ever need. It even has 1/4 inch, has a whole bunch of 3/8, has this right here, it's all a 1/2 inch. I'm sorry, half inch drive. These right here only come with so many of these, and these are 20 bucks a piece. So I don't have to buy more of these and spend 20 bucks to strip it. So I pick up this, and this I think I spent, I don't know, maybe 10 bucks, something like that. And I got all these, and they fit straight on. You can take all of them off, you can put them all on, and you can change the number and spacings and all that, they all slide. And let's say you have to go on a mobile trip. You have to go to a friend's house to fix something or something like that. I work on Kawasaki's a lot of the time. That's kind of like my main thing. That's what I know most about. So I know what I need to use to fix those. Primarily this set of sockets, and then I normally pick up this as well, and I just let them stick together just like that. And then now that they're here, I can throw them in my bag. They'll stick together just fine, no problems. They'll stick together, throw them in the bag, come take the bag out, they're still together. And then if I have to set it on the floor, I can set it on the floor like this, and I can pick them up piece by piece. No problem with that. And then if I need to turn it, I can set it this way. Pick them up one by one. It's just a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. And then just pull them apart. Set this back up here. I'll set this back. So when I come home, it just takes 5 seconds to throw it back in, and I got my tools all organized again. No fumbling around with sockets trying to stuff it in a pocket. It's a no-brainer. You have to have these if you want to stay organized, in my opinion. Because I know that they have those trays that have those things that poke up, and they tell you the size of the sockets, and you can set them on, and that's fine. But if you ever have to leave and go somewhere, good luck putting that in a backpack. This makes life so easy. And with the addition of this, which I've gone to 3 Lowe's and have found this for like 8 to 12 bucks, roughly right around there, you can take away and you can add as many sockets as you want. On this, I have half. Everything on the left is metric, everything on the right is standard. As you can tell, I work on a lot of Japanese stuff, so my standard section is fairly dwindling. And then up here, this is metric, standard, and all this is standard. All these are metric, the impact sockets. They actually hold a fair bit of weight. So, like for instance, this whole tray right here is full of 1/2-inch drive sockets. And I can grab one, no problem. It's not at risk of falling. But of course, if you have this stacked up with all the impact sockets, it's gonna probably not work as effectively. So of course, pretty much anything that sounds so good has to have some kind of con to it. So I'm gonna do pros and cons. Pro, in my opinion, they are one of the best organizing tools you can get for your toolbox. I love them. They have a very good magnet on them, fairly strong. Hold them up, as you can see, totally sideways. It holds up all that weight with no problem. You can set them on top of a car or on a hood or whatever you can, and it won't scratch the paint because of the felt lining underneath. It's awesome. Now, cons. For one, price. They are pretty pricey. 20 bucks a pop. All these right here, I spent roughly 130 bucks, and that's just on organizers alone. So I wouldn't recommend going out and buying a whole bunch of them at once, like I did. But every once in a while, you run into a little bit extra cash. Go ahead and pick one up. So aside from the price, the other con is that the little blocks that fit on them, there's not that many. You get, I think, maybe 18 or somewhere around there, maybe even less. But might be like 12 or something. So that kind of sucks. And the person would normally think, you know what, I need more of these little black blocks to fit on these rails, and they'll go out and spend 20 bucks to just get the blocks and not even use the rail. And I think that's kind of messed up, that they wouldn't really kind of nudge you into that direction. So luckily I was able to find this little thing that has all of the little knobs that I'll need, and it's really affordable. So I highly recommend that if you go this route, you pick one of those up. And like I said, it's only like 8 to 12 bucks normally, at least when I got it. Maybe the price went up or down. But it's almost a must-have if you get these rails. But it pays for itself, like I said. If I didn't have these, I don't know what I'd do. I would be losing so many tools at the end of projects. It's ridiculous. But I still think they're a great buy, and I highly recommend them. So that concludes our tool review. I am curious as to what you guys think is a better or the best tool organizer in your experience, or what you've seen or what you've heard. Please put it down in the comments, let me know, and I'll take a look. Whatever helps to keep tools organized, and if you work on anything, you know what I'm talking about. Like, subscribe. I hope to hear from you and hear from your responses. Let me know what you think about my future videos, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.